Hey, how's it going, people of the internet? And welcome to another video for the Mancave channel. And today we'll be taking a look at a gaming PC under $1,000 Canadian. Why Canadian, you mean? Because I am Canadian, and most of us Canadians always see the prices as in US dollars. And it always leaves us disappointed because here in Canada we pay a lot more for our hardware. So I thought that maybe I could do a video for us fellow Canadians who wants to build a gaming PC, and a lot of people have hit me on Facebook and Twitter telling me, hey man, I need a gaming computer, okay, but I have $1,000 to invest, not more. What can I get for $1,000? So without further ado, we'll be diving into the actual components we'll be putting in this rig. And I have to say, thanks to the Ryzen CPUs that have launched a couple of months ago, we have been able to build a gaming system that packs a real punch and does not cost this much. So let's dive in and see. The first part in our list is the CPU. So we have a quad-core Ryzen 5 1500X. So it's a quad-core processor with what you'd call with Intel hyper-threading. So that means it's a 4-core CPU, 4 physical cores, with an addition of 4 virtual cores, 4 threads. So it's a total of 8 threads. So it will allow you to play most of your games, no problem, but it also allows you to record game. You know, if you want to stream to Twitch, stream to YouTube, stream to Facebook, record some gameplay, edit video, or you just want to use your computer as a workstation. In most workloads, you would compare this processor to an i7 from Intel. Maybe not an overclocked i7, but it should be around the same performance for multi-threaded tasks. So if you render stuff, if you do a lot of multitasking on your computer, this budget CPU allows you to do multiple things at once. So basically, that's the best budget CPU I choose for this rig. We could have gone with the 1600X, but I think that for the price and for what people will be using it, mostly gaming, this CPU is the best you can get. The second part is the ASRock AB350M Pro 4. So this is a Ryzen oriented motherboard. This is the newest platform, the AM4 motherboard, and the ASRock, the AB350M line. Well, AB350 and AB350M. What is cool about those motherboards is that they have most of the features that you would get with a high-end motherboard packed in a single, small, and cheap motherboard. That's really solid. You have 2 M.2 slots. You have plenty of USB 3.0 ports. You have well, with this one you have a single slot PCI 16, PCI 3, Gen 3. This is all around a very solid motherboard. Plus you can have 64 gigs of RAM with this one. So if you plan on doing a lot of video editing, if you plan on crunching numbers, or just having a fucking huge load of Google Chrome pages open at once, 64 gigs of RAM total, that's really nice. To populate those memory slots, we will put some ADATA XPG Z1. It's a 8 gigabyte kit, so it's 2 4 gigabytes memory stick. It's a 2800 memory kit. This is solid. You don't have to pay a premium high price for RGB lighting or any kind of those things on memory sticks. It's pretty basic. It's red. If you like red, it's pretty much all you'll get red for this price point, let me tell you that. So if you don't like red, you'll have to spend extra money to get like black or gray or anything else than red. I don't know, it's like it's standard for these memory kits. So 8 gigabyte is all we need for gaming for now. You can upgrade later to 16 gigabytes if you want. the motherboard will allow it. Next is the storage. So we have two options here. First one is an SSD. It's the Kingston A400. It's a 240 gigabyte SSD. It's pretty standard, you know. You don't have to pay extra to get crazy fast read and write speeds. This will be enough. It's for sure above 500 megabytes read and write, so it's plenty enough. But it's crazy fast, and SSD is crazy fast. So on this one, you put your OS, you put your Windows, your Linux, whatever you use every day, and you put a couple extra games or programs you want to run on it. So if you edit, you're probably using Premiere Pro, sorry, or Photoshop. You want to put these on the SSD, and if you use OBS like I do, you want to put it on the SSD to have your maximum speed on your programs, Chrome and all that stuff, Steam, Battle.net. You put all of this on your SSD, and then you have a second drive, which is a Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte. So that's plenty of storage for all your other games. You will be using this one to record your videos, your footage. You'll be putting these on the 1 terabyte. Next up is the video card. So that's probably what was the hardest part to put in the rig, but I finally made my mind, and it's an EVGA, the GTX 1060 6 gigabyte version, Superclock Gaming Video Card. That's a pretty long name. It will allow you to play most of your games at high or ultra settings at 1080p. That's a solid card that's designed for gaming. Plus the 6 gigabyte of VRAM will allow you to maybe play some MOBA or you know, not high demanding performance games in higher resolution. So you may be able to play some games in 4K, although you won't get your 60 FPS. You may be just hitting the 30. But all in all, that's a really solid card that will allow you to play all your games at 1080p. You won't stress about the settings. You will put this to high or ultra. It will run, maybe not, you know, like Witcher 3 at ultra with all the filters and all, or Crysis 3. But you get the point. You will play any game with this card. Plus, it's small for form factor, so it goes well with micro ATX case, mini ITX case. It's kind of silent, you know. It's not the loudest card, but it's not the quietest too. It's maybe in the middle of these, but it only has one fan. But I assure you, the cooling is good enough on this card. It won't thermal throttle unless you put it like in a card box with no ventilation. Any case with one or two fans in you know, positive or negative pressure, air pressure, should cool this card adequately. So it only has one fan, but you know, it will be good. It won't thermal throttle at all, I can assure you. As for the case, I went with the cheap Bitfinex Nova ATX mid tower case. I've built plenty of systems in this case. What I can tell you about it is that it does feel cheap, but it does look good. But for $34.99 Canadian, I think that's a pretty good deal. Plus you have a window on it. Go check it out. Go watch some YouTube videos about this case. I can assure you that at this price there's nothing that beats it. Bitfinex has the Nova and also the Comrade at this price point, but I recommend the Nova for the fact that all the USB ports and the audio jacks are on top of the case instead of the right side of the case. So there's not really much to say. Cable management is okay. There's not a lot of space. There's no rubber grommets to hide your cables and stuff, but it does the job. It's pretty basic. At $34.99 you cannot get better, I can assure you. And the final part of the build is the power supply. Most people will say, oh man, you have not included a gold power supply. What is this? 80 plus, there's no bronze, silver or gold certification. This EVGA power supply, which is a 500 watts, is one of the power supply that sells the most on every website. I've built many computers with this one. It's really solid. It runs my girlfriend's computer right now. It's solid, quiet, plus it's only $52, so it's the best bang for your buck, I can assure you that. So with all that said, okay, the grand total, as I told you, is under $1,000, but it does not include tax nor shipping, so you will have to to have some spare money for that. But I did the best I could, and I think I managed to build a decent PC, a decent gaming PC for the price. It's all in Canadian dollars, as I told you, so it's $928.41. So that's a pretty good price. I guess that's it, guys. That's the under $1,000 Canadian gaming PC. Share if you like the video. Give it a like. Give it a dislike if you didn't like it. I don't know why you do that, but maybe my accent is complete shit. Go ahead and share this to your friends. Like, subscribe, all those things. Go check out our Facebook page. Go check out our website at lemancave.ca, and I'll see you in the next one.